Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of ReZero Starting Life in Another World on Season 3 on Episode 11 or Episode 61 of the total number of episodes of ReZero. This episode right here was actually really nice to know a lot about Liliana, not to mention the fight between Priscilla and the Archbishop of Wrath, Sirius. When it comes to the fight between Priscilla and Sirius, the Archbishop of Wrath, we get to see that even though Wrath lands some kind of crazy fatal hits on Priscilla that's supposed to possibly injure her critically or possibly even kill her, she does not take any damage at all. Instead, the accessories such as like some earrings or a necklace gets destroyed instead of her own body. So whatever she has is protecting her. Eventually, despite Sirius or the Archbishop of Wrath provoking Priscilla by saying these titles or stories or names, Priscilla kept her head cool even though she's very angry. She kept on the aggression of a fighter or warrior, I guess, if that's how I have to say it. Eventually, we get to see Priscilla makes the stage for Liliana and Liliana gets ready to make her debut song or make her singing break the mind control or brainwashing of the Archbishop of Wrath or Sirius. Eventually, we get to know the backstory of Liliana. She used to be a young girl that travels with a caravan that makes performances to make a living. Eventually, she decides to make her own independent path, maybe because she has a big dream to go for, such as like telling the stories of heroes, of swordsmiths, or maybe something even more. But eventually, as time continues on in her backstory, she did struggle pretty badly due to the fact that she went independent and she's trying to survive on her own. And she does find another caravan to perform with or to stay with for a while before she takes her own path of musician independency or independent musician career. Eventually, she does come up with the song, and when she decides to sing in a certain village or a certain town, she ends up making a big debut, and her career started to go up, and that's when Kiritaka ends up noticing her. Now, let me add in some other details that after she separated from her parents didn't really care much, and I did read some information about that, and they are kind of screwed up, so at least she's happier on her own than being with them. Other than that, she did see them one time in this flashback that she has a little brother because they decided to have another kid, but eventually managed to hide from them due to the fact that she can't see them anymore, or she left them for many reasons, and that's why she decides to hide herself in the paper bag, which is really hilarious. But other than that, like I said, eventually, when Liliana reaches a certain spring where she drinks a lot of water or rejuvenates herself, she manages to come up with a song and eventually make her career go up, which is really nice. Eventually, Kiritaka takes notice of this and is enamored or attracted to Liliana's singing and ends up taking her in under his wing to help her out in her career. Eventually, as we go back to present time, Liliana's singing managed to break hold or free the residents who are under the control of Sirius or the Archbishop of Wrath, and this upsets Sirius very much and tries to kill Liliana, but she fails anyways. By that time, Priscilla managed to land a devastating fatal blow onto Sirius, but unfortunately for Sirius, she did not get killed right away. I think Priscilla hinted that you should be lucky that my sword or weapon kind of dulled out the last minute before I was going to fatally kill you. Other than that, Liliana and Kiritaka have a nice moment, which when Liliana is very exhausted and falls into the water about to drown, Kiritaka shows up on time and says, "Hey, I'm here to rescue you," and they end up having a cute romantic moment, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But we have to it. Liliana says, I don't intend to come out and say it, but I'm glad I'm your songstress or something like that. Eventually, we get to see a post-credit scene involving Subaru talking about Regulus's power, and apparently it involves himself stopping time or stopping his own body of time. In other cases, he knows what Sirius's power involved, so it has to involve his wives, which apparently is kind of the hint, because you wonder and ask yourself, why does he have so many wives under his wing or at his hands or disposal, whichever one that's supposed to help him out. But I guess knowing that Subaru gets an idea of how Regulus's powers works, he tells Emilia, "This is all up to you. How to like get his wives out of his kingdom." So at this point, they're gonna have to, whatever Emilia has to do next is gonna ride how it's going to depend how she disables Regulus's powers. At this point, his wives is the hint. If they figure out how to separate him and his wives, then I'm pretty sure it will be game, set, match. Because at that time, I think his invincibility or invulnerability will be disabled or destroyed. So we'll see how this goes. Until then, we wish him the best, because at this point, their Sin Archbishop of Wrath is now defeated by Priscilla and Liliana. Well, Priscilla did the heavy work, while Liliana did the other work, such as like breaking free of Sirius's brainwashing or mind control. So we'll see how the others goes, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.